Well, hello guys and welcome to this new video. So today I'm going to be taking you on board an Airbus A350 that I've never actually flown before. So today it's Finnair's turn. If you've seen my recent videos, you know that I did Virgin Atlantic's A350 the other week, British Airways' new A350. I've done Qatar's before, I've done Cathay Pacific's, but one I haven't yet done is Finnair. Now, Finnair were actually the first European airline, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, to get the A350, and they operate it on the Helsinki to London route. Now that is what I'm flying it today. Now this review will be a review of their long-haul aircraft, their long-haul business class, but however the soft product will be different. So Finnair operate out of Terminal 3 here at London Heathrow. Now I've always been a huge fan of Terminal 3. The fast track security is usually really great and doesn't bring you out into the duty-free area like quite a lot of other fast tracks do. However, when I got there, it was very busy and it did take me about 20 minutes to get through. After that, there is an abundance of One World lounges to go to, so the first choice for me was Cathay Pacific. Now, as it is Rugby World Cup Finals Day, I wanted to make sure these lounges were showing the rugby before I went in. Now, luckily for me, British Airways, Qantas and Cathay were all showing the rugby. So Cathay Pacific was first, where I got some dim sum, some noodles, and of course a pint of beer to watch the rugby, sat down and watched it. Now I think this lounge was great, there was a lot of food options, the seating was nice, it was just a little bit quiet on this morning. Next up, I went to Qantas. I thought maybe there'll be a better atmosphere in the Qantas. I have to say the Qantas lounge was actually really nice. I'd say a lot better looking than the Cathay Pacific lounge. However, the food options weren't quite as good, and I sat there for around 10 minutes before heading to the British Airways lounge, which I have to say I really didn't like. I've been to that lounge before. It's not the nicest one in the world. I watched the rugby on a tiny screen for probably only about 1 or 2 minutes before heading back to Cathay Pacific, where I watched it until the end of the first half, and now I am at the gate number 1, where Finnair departs from. And if you look over there, I believe you can actually see the plane just there. There it is, the Finnair Airbus A350 with boarding starting just over here. It says take a seat, so I think I'll go through this priority line, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side of that desk. It's actually great to see that the rugby is also being shown for non-business class passengers that don't have lounge access. So just there, you can see the rugby is available actually after the gate. So that's really good to see. Cheers. We're heading down the jet bridge now, and what was excellent to see is that Finnair really enforced priority boarding. He was shouting Group 1 only. Basically, if you weren't Group 1, there was absolutely no chance that you were getting on this plane before Group 1. So I think that's really efficient of them to enforce boarding like that, which doesn't actually happen on many airlines nowadays. Hi there. How you doing?
Or is it 7 now? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Second island on the left.
Welcome to this Finnair Airbus A350C. I've just got on board, and this is obviously the first time I've seen this product, and I have to say I'm super surprised at how slick it looks. It looks absolutely fantastic. I really love the white finishing. There's a lot of space down by the feet. Let me just show you down there. It's a lot of space to stretch down, and I absolutely just love how white it all is and how slick it looks. As I got on board, there was just one thing waiting for me, which is this pair of headphones here. Actually quite good, seeing as my headphones are out of battery. Oh no, they're double pronged, so I won't be able to use them. And I have to say, the wing view is spectacular. Look at that Airbus A350 engine, it looks beautiful. So we obviously have the main business class cabin up the front, but if you have a look here, we actually have a mini business class cabin here with just 3 rows in the 1-2-1 configuration. Let me take this opportunity to actually show you what a middle seat would look like. So here we are, we've got the middle seat, not extremely private. You can see here it's really not that private a seat in the middle, but it's the same idea. You've got the stowage compartments, the table, all of that in the middle on both sides, whereas on the window seat you've got it over there. But yeah, this seat is really looking fantastic. So we're into the second half of the Rugby World Cup final, and seeing as, well, they were showing it in the lounge, they were showing it at the gate, but not quite showing it on the plane, so I think this I'll have to do. well, look at this. I am surfing the internet at 33,000 feet. Now, if you haven't seen many of my other videos, you'll know that I rarely buy Wi-Fi on board. I'm actually quite a fan of being switched off from the ground while I'm flying. Now, it's just being slow as soon as I've started filming, but it's actually been relatively fast before this. And what I think is amazing is that business class passengers actually get 1 hour of free internet access. Now, you don't see that on many airlines nowadays, so really impressive there, Finnair. Well, as you can see, I'm now on board this Finnair A350, and we've taken off out of London Heathrow. I have to say, instantly, I am super impressed with this seat. I think it looks fantastic. I think it feels fantastic. I've gone into a bit of a recline mode to get a bit more comfort, and I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. I've been connected to the onboard Wi-Fi, which is an hour free Wi-Fi, and yeah, we've only been in the sky for about 20 minutes or half an hour now, and I think the drinks and food service is already coming around, which is really great.
Sorry, how was the coffee? With milk and sugar? Yes.
Thank you very much. Look at this, absolutely beautiful glasses here on Finnair. This is fantastic. This is beautiful.
Oh, yes.
It's nice.
The glasses are actually designed for Finnair when they open the New York route.
Well, here they are. Here's the drink service that just arrived. It came with baked pretzels, very nice. Look at this Chinaware though, this is beautiful. So this is the coffee cup, and this is what the orange juice comes in. It's absolutely stunning, and the cabin crew just told me that it was actually designed for Finnair and for their business class. So this is absolutely amazing, I love it. Honestly guys, I can't tell you enough, the crew on board this plane are so nice, and I'm so impressed with Finnair right now. I mean, I've literally only been on this plane for 40 minutes, and I'm so impressed so far. So we've had the drinks. Obviously, I've told you about the really nice Chinaware before, and the crew just came up and said, how is everything? You know, are you enjoying your flight? I said, yeah, really nice so far. She said, if you haven't tried any Finnish gin, you know, we've got some special gin on board. I'd love you to try that. She said, you haven't tried any champagne? She said, why don't I bring that with your meal? And it's touches like that just going the extra mile from cabin crew, which really are amazing. And you don't see that on a lot of European airlines nowadays. So for a short-haul European business class flight, this is ticking all the boxes and more so far. And there we go, without further ado, why don't I give you a tour of this Finnair A350 business class seat. So if we start over to the right here, this is where you've got all your gadgets. This is the tech hub over here. So you've got your plug, your seat controls, your USB, which mine actually didn't work, so I'm using the plug today instead of the USB. This is where your headphones go in, up here, and your remote control comes out like this. So remote control, kind of nice and small. It's got a keyboard on the back, and that controls the screen up here. Not overly necessary, as the screen is within touching distance, and yeah, it's very responsive as well. Up here you have a light, which is, yeah, it works quite well. Just press it twice, once like that, and out like that, and it's automatically out. So yeah. Then over here we have our storage area. So this is quite a nice place to put your drinks, your snacks, your laptop if you're not working. And behind that you have this little storage compartment with a hook in it. Not overly sure what the point of that is. I guess you could put your passport in there or whatever, but it's got a hanger in there, and you can't exactly hang a coat up or anything. So yeah, but it looks nice. Then from here, this is where your tray table comes out. Now the tray table is easily released like this, and it swivels out to here before you fold out the other half to here. Now it's not the biggest tray table I've seen. It fits my laptop quite nicely if you want to have a look. This is a 13.9 inch laptop, and it does fit it quite nicely, so it's a good table to do some work on. Now, as you can see, the seat is actually quite wide. It's got this head cover behind me, and the seat out here is one of these funny massive ones, which I think is actually an airbag built into it, so it's a bit more safe. And over here you have an armrest which goes up and down by using this clip here. To the left here you've got a hanger for a jacket. When I got on board, the cabin crew actually asked if I wanted them to take my jacket, which I said yes. And then if we look to the front here, this is where the in-flight entertainment screen comes out with a little click of this button here. Screen folds out to here, and as I said before, it is amazingly responsive, and yeah, it's a touchscreen IFE, which I really like. Finally, if you just turn your attention to in front of us, we've got our footrest and a little storage area under the footrest. Next to us here on the left, we also have a storage compartment. This is my favourite one. It's actually quite big. If you just press the button here, it's nice and deep, and yeah, that's where I've stored my passport, my headphones. Well guys, look at this, this is amazing. So as I told you earlier, she came and she told me about the Finnish gin that they have on board. She's brought me 2 of those and also one of these. Now this is Finlandia vodka, and she said I couldn't really tell you but a story about these 2 bulls and how they were fighting after you drink it or something like that. And again with this beautiful glassware, and she's brought me some tonic water to go with it. So I think this is just above and beyond amazing service by Finnair. Thank you very much. Coming to the end of this flight now, but there is one more test that Finnair has to pass, and that is the lie flat test. How does this bed feel in a lie flat position? Well, here we go, lie flat mode on the A350. I have to say it's a bit tight around the bottom there, but yeah, I have to say actually not too bad at all. Here we are up top in like this cocoon shape here, and it's yeah, I reckon I can get a very good good night's sleep here. So we're approaching the last half an hour of this flight now, and I've just switched on the IFE. It's really great, as I said earlier, really responsive, and there's quite a good selection of TV shows and films. I've gone for this BBC show Blue Planet, which you've probably heard of, narrated by the famous David Attenborough, and I think that's a yeah, lovely way to bring this flight to a close. And just another example of great cabin crew. This was taken from me at the beginning of the flight, not even on request. I was asked, you know, would you like me to take your jacket? And I said yes. And now, 5-10 minutes before landing, he's brought it back and hung it up here. So yeah, I think that really sums up what the crew have been like on today's flight. Well, there it is behind me. You can see the Finnair Airbus A350-900 that just brought me from London Heathrow to Helsinki. Helsinki airport is absolutely beautiful. I've just walked out of the plane and already it feels so Scandinavian, but just exactly like that Finnair flight did. It was unbelievable. I cannot tell you how surprised I was. Let me start off with the crew. They were constantly smiling. They were super happy, probably because they were getting out of London and coming home to lovely Helsinki. One of the crew members was super nice to me, brought me lots of different drinks, kept asking me if I was enjoying the flight, if there was anything she could do and stuff like that. I thought the seat was absolutely fantastic. It's super slick. I love the colouring. It's nice and white, which makes it feel so nice and refreshing. And I thought the food was excellent as well. So I have to say, well, Finnair really have ticked all the boxes for me there. The seat was great, the crew was great, drinks were fantastic, the food was also fantastic. So Finnair, I have to say, it's a big statement, but I think I have a new favourite European airline. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video of Finnair, and I hope you guys fly them. They are amazing. I really want to fly them long haul now, out of Helsinki, maybe to Asia. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video.